Happy holidays, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We have a very special welcome to make to our friends in the West Valley and Glendale, joining us on Dimension Cable, Channel 6 in Glendale and Channel 38 in the West Valley. And we're seen on Tuesday nights in those areas, so please check your local listings. And thank you for tuning in the New Variety Art Show. My name is Brad Zinn, and our show is a chance for you to meet and greet some variety arts performers from all over the country. We have the famous, the not so famous, we have the young, we have the seniors, we have clowns, mimes, jugglers, magicians, sword swallowers, you name it, they'll all be here on the New Variety Art Show. And it's a chance for you to meet them, and hopefully you'll appreciate what they do just a little bit more. Right now I want to say a big welcome to our musical director, Mr. Bill Swayze.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
Very fine. I heard bells on the hill. I don't know where this bell came from. You're looking very festive today.
Oh, yes. That's
doing your holiday shopping?
Doing shopping, yeah.
Well, that's very good. You know, I was in a department store. I won't say the name of it, but I happened to be
probably a good idea.
Yeah, passing by. Well, it's the one with the initial in the name, and and I was passing by the Ladies Foundations department.
Yes, that's right.
The unmentionables, if you will. And the announcer came over, you know, as they do, and says there will now be a 50% off sale on everything in the Ladies Foundation department. Well, you can imagine. There was so much pushing and shoving and pinching and screaming.
Oh, my God.
It was wonderful. I'm going back tomorrow. Have you done your Christmas shopping for your better half?
Well, yes. It's hard to pick for my wife, but, you know, a few things here and there.
Well, I have the same problem. You know, I have a wife who has everything. I know what she needs, though. A husband who can pay for it. So. Well, anyway, we're kind of killing time here because I really don't have a guest today, but I thought we'd do a little holiday magic. Would you give me a holiday run there?
Let's see, holiday thing.
Okay, and I brought some tissue paper here. You know, we're all decorated up for Christmas here. Very good. And I brought some red and white wrapping tissue, and I thought, Bill, maybe you'd help me out with this. If you take half and I'll take half, and you do exactly as I do. Okay. Fold it in half where it's creased.
Now you've got the white on the outside.
There you go. Okay. Fold it in half where it's creased.
Okay. Now the
give it a nice good crease. Okay.
All right.
Anytime this year, Bill, will be fine. Okay. And then once you got a nice crease, tear it up in half, Bill. Tear it up in half.
Tear it up in half, like just like that.
All right. No, you tore it down in half. I wanted you to tear it up in half. That's okay. We'll give you another chance. Put those together.
Okay. All right.
And we'll turn and take a third off this end and a third off this end and put that right.
You're tearing that down now. Okay. This is this.
First day with your new fingers, Bill.
I tell you what, I didn't have this problem last week.
You folks at home can do this too. All right. Now take and wad that up into a very small ball. There.
This real tight.
Some people say this is a terrible trick. I happen to think it's a ripping good one myself.
I'll let you know.
You know what you have now?
What's that?
Garbage. I'll take that. We recycle everything on the New Variety Art Show. So I'm going to put my garbage with your garbage. I'm going to wrap it up into a very small ball. And Bill, we're going to find out if you have the magic breath. What did you have for lunch today?
Well, let's see. Pastrami?
Pastrami? You'll definitely have the magic breath, Bill. Yes. Here, blow on the... Hold it. There we go. Here, blow on the... Now, you know what you did? You blew it. No, actually, you didn't blow it. What you did here was you made yourself into a very festive Santa's helper here. Let's open that right up.
All right.
And I think you might pass. You need to grow a little beard here.
Great.
But
very good.
Let's see if we can get that on. There we go, and you get to be Santa's helper today.
Thank you very much. This is great.
Well, folks, I'm very sorry. That's about it for today because we really don't have a guest. I was hoping if I was a good boy that I would get to have a guest. Wait a minute. I hear something outside. Jingle bells. Do you hear what I hear? What? Who is it?
What's that noise on the roof?
Come on in. Come on in. Ho ho! My goodness! It's my old friend Santa Claus.
How are you, Brad?
Very good. Thank you for being here.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Let's get you clipped up here.
Okay.
So all the boys and girls can hear you. There we go. And we've even got a chair for you.
Very good.
Super.
I was told you needed a friend today.
I do need a friend today, Santa, because I didn't have a guest for today. I didn't know that you'd be by.
By golly, here I am, and it's nice to see you again.
Well, it's nice to see you.
Hello, Mr. Music.
Hi, Santa.
You haven't forgotten Bill, have you?
Not a chance.
Come to his
I've
house
been good this year,
I remember him when he was really little, about, kind of little.
That was some time ago, eh?
Some time ago.
Yes. Well, we're glad you're here. You know, I waited for you for so long, and I didn't think you were going to show up. Where have you been? Where did you come from?
Well, just recently we were up in Flagstaff.
Oh, in Flagstaff. Did you get any snow up there?
A little bit. Not as much as there was last year, but even a little bit is better than here.
That's right. That's right. Well, listen, tell me about what your schedule is now, from now until the big night of the big flight.
Well, now what I'm doing is I'm going to various places like Phoenix and just making sure that everyone's getting in the holiday festive moods. And actually, the real reason I'm here is Mrs. Claus and the elves do not want me near the North Pole this time of year.
You know, I was going to ask you about Mrs. Claus and the elves. Do they really run things up there then,
Absolutely.
don't they?
That's the reason I'm here. They got rid of me.
You're kind of the figurehead then, kind of.
I'm the pointer.
I see. Well, very good. Now, let me ask you: is Mrs. Claus now a woman of the '90s? I mean, she seems to be running the business. I mean, she does more than stay home and bake cookies.
Absolutely, yes. She's trying to get that way. She's been up until the last few years. She used to do all the baking and the cooking and everything. Now she's got the elves where she's training them to do that. So she's getting a little bit more involved in the business-wise.
Very good.
That way, when I take orders, you know, I have to make sure that it's okay with Mrs. Claus.
Oh, I see.
She makes the decisions. I make the deliveries.
Ah, okay. That's how it works. Well, that
Kind of the
that's
same
a
way as my house.
Yeah, much better system, I guess. Well, now tell me about the elves. Are they finally unionized, or are they?
No, they've been working on that for the last couple of years, but I just kind of sit back and chuckle and watch them with their little meetings and everything. But they'll get around to it.
Well, how many elves do you have up there at the North Pole?
3,200 right now.
3,200. My goodness, is there a pension plan for these elves?
Well. It would. There probably would be if they worked a little bit harder.
Oh my goodness! Are you saying the elves don't work hard enough?
Well, if you call 1 hour on and 2 days off, I mean that's better than the fire department.
Now, how do they get all those toys made in time?
3,200 of them.
Oh, I see. Okay, they all take a turn.
Absolutely.
Well, I know the boys and girls out there are dying to hear about all of your reindeer. I'm not going to ask you to name all of them because I don't even think I could do that. Maybe you can, but. Where do you leave them at the North Pole? How do you get around now before the big night?
Well, all of them except Rudolph. Whenever I go to places like Arizona or whatever, I take all of them except Rudolph. And right now they're in Hangar 3, I believe it is, in Flagstaff Airport.
Ah, okay.
That's as far as they would go.
Uh-huh.
You know, like a taxi cab driver will only go so far into a certain part of town. You know.
So it sounds like the reindeer are unionized, Bill. I'm not sure. How
More
is Rudolph?
opinionized.
How is Rudolph? Does he help out around
Rudolph's
the ranch
fine.
up there?
He's just getting over his. He gets a preseason cold every year.
Ah, that's why the red nose.
Right.
Ah.
You know, and he's just getting over that. He should be ready to go pretty shortly.
Very good. And now, how long out of each year does it take you to prepare for your big trip on the big night?
364 days.
300. So you start the day after Christmas
Absolutely.
then to get ready for next year.
Absolutely.
Well, could you kind of take us through what all is involved with getting ready to go on this trip? I mean, I know there's order taking and personal appearances. Are there other things that you do to get ready?
Yes, at the first of the year we start in the development stage, developing new toys and things. And once I get the elves straightened out and lined out as far as what they need to do, then I go out and do my, you know, even Santa Claus has to do promotional stuff.
I see.
And I do my promotional things and visiting people, and this is one of the fun parts of it for me.
Very good.
I get to go to a lot of the schools and the daycares and people's homes that aren't going to be home on Christmas Eve and whatever.
Oh, make special arrangements for them. How about winter-proofing the sleigh? Do you have to?
Yeah, we have a department that takes care of that too, and
little detail shop at the North Pole.
All the sleighs get painted every year.
Oh, do they?
And they have to be stripped down before they're painted, and we have a little bit of a weather problem up there, but we handle it pretty good.
Now, how long does it take you to make up this list of boys and girls, the list of good boys and girls?
That's one of the things that Mrs. Claus does for me.
Oh, I see.
And she makes that up. She compiles that list all during the year. And about, I guess about 10 or 12 years ago, we started putting that in a computer.
I was going to ask you if you had computerized that whole process, because there are a lot of boys and girls to take care of worldwide. How about trimming the beard? Do you trim the beard every year? Or?
Yes, I didn't used to do that. But it got to the point where every night I would go to bed and I couldn't decide whether I wanted to sleep with it under the cover or under the cover.
Oh,
So
That would
I
be a problem. I
decided
hadn't
to start
thought about
trimming it. And once I did that, it served two purposes. Then I knew that I wanted it under the cover, and I didn't have as many problems otherwise with it. It's a lot more comfortable.
Well, now, when you this is what you call your flight suit, is that right? The full dress flight suit.
Right.
And how soon do you get this out of the cleaners before you go? I mean, do they mothball it for you, or?
Well, we have our own cleaners at the North Pole. We use a different cleaning system. Now, every place else you find those, what are they called, 1 hour martinizing and stuff. You know, with my suits, it takes weeks.
Oh, I see.
Weeks.
Well, very good. Now, I wanted to ask you about a very ancient tradition of the candy cane. And I know you give away a lot of candy canes
Right.
during the holiday season. How did the candy cane come to be associated with Santa Claus?
Well, back many years ago, Mrs. Claus always made chocolate chip cookies.
Oh.
And that's all she ever made was chocolate chip cookies. So I decided to get a couple of the elves together and come up with something new. So I told them to work on something new for me as a munchie. And they couldn't agree on the color, red and white. They agreed on the substance, on the candy itself. So they compromised, and they developed a candy cane. Now, then it was only like a stick.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't curved. And that's another story, how it got curved. But no, the elves developed that for me personally.
Now, is that a secret recipe, what candy canes
yes.
are made out of?
Yeah, and we started also. Everybody's saving cans and recycling and everything. So years ago, we started saving all the broken candy canes, and Mrs. Claus developed a candy cane pie. I'll have her send you a candy cane pie.
Oh,
sometime.
boy, I can hardly wait
That's
for that,
right,
Bill.
yeah.
And we use all of our broken candy canes for that.
Very good. Now, I don't want to tip a secret here, but I understand that candy canes are made out of reindeer milk? Is that-
Absolutely, real reindeer milk.
Real reindeer milk. Well, that might.
And for you that have farming blood in you, you can appreciate that if you've ever tried to milk a reindeer.
You must have to use a very low stool.
Very good.
So,
I have a question for Santa.
what
Brad,
is
if we
that,
could-
Mr. Music?
I just want to know if it's true, if he still saves all the letters that the kids write.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think
Absolutely.
to ask that. You
Absolutely.
save all those?
I
Well,
said
they're
that
on
one time.
microfiche.
They're
That's
on
great.
microfiche.
They are. They're on microfiche. We learned that from the automobile dealerships.
Well, we all learn from somewhere,
Right.
From each other. Well, now let's talk about, since we're talking about food here and holiday food. Do all the kids leave something for you to eat there on
Most
the
of them do.
mantelpiece, or-
Most of them do. And I have to remind them sometimes. They leave usually cookies and milk for me, and they leave carrots for Rudolph. And every once in a while, the child will leave some celery for Rudolph. And I have to remind them not to do that, because for some reason, whenever Rudolph eats celery, he only makes left turns.
Oh,
My goodness, it takes forever delivering those toys, making only left turns.
I can imagine. Well, now I know a lot of the kids want to know how Santa fits down the chimney, because I've looked up the chimney and it looks too small for you to get through.
Years ago, they started making chimneys smaller and making them at different angles and whatever. So basically, we've quit using chimneys, even if they have them.
Oh, I see. Because that was going to be my next question: is how do you get into the house if there's no chimney?
Through the front door.
Through the front door. Oh, it's that simple.
It's that
I would have
simple.
Never
I
known
never
that.
would have guessed.
So
That's
do Mom and Dad leave the door open, or do you have a magic
No, we
key?
have we have a special key ring, and I carry it with me every Christmas Eve, and it fits every door in the world.
Oh, well, that's great. How do you make it to all those places in
How we
one
do it,
night?
someone.
We have I don't want to give away the exact name of it, because it'd be giving away a trade secret that the Army or the Navy would probably like to have. But we have a device that basically stops time. It doesn't actually stop it, but it slows it down to the minute part of the second. And a 24-hour day would be the equivalent of about 6 months. And so we can get a lot done in that one night when the time's going that slow.
I suppose you could. What are some of the big new toys for this year? Can you tell me what some of the big new toys are?
Well, this year they're going back to a lot of the basics. Of course, the Nintendo is still in, and the Cabbage Patch dolls are starting to come back in a little bit.
Oh, really?
A little bit,
Haven't heard
but
of
it's
them in a
basically
while.
all gone to electronic stuff, and that's what most of it is.
Now, the new Nintendo stuff is created
The Game
quite a-
Boys and all the-
created quite a controversy with Mom and Dad here because
Right.
they're a little expensive, I
Exactly,
understand. So-
exactly. Well, when the children ask me for Nintendos, especially if they've already got a Nintendo and they want a Game Boy, I kind of try to steer them away from that. You know, save the Nintendos and the Game Boys for the children that don't already have
one,
a game
I see.
system.
How about the Teenage Mutant Ninja whatever's, Turtles?
No, that's fading out.
That's fading out, really. That's kind of a dying...
Ghostbusters is fading out. A lot of your Star Wars things are coming back.
Really? The Jedi and...
Exactly.
And what was that little squirt's name?
Ronald Reagan.
Oh, no. No, Yoda, I think. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
Yoda.
Right.
Well, goodness. Are you coming to my house this year, Santa? Are you
Yes,
gonna
but
come to
knowing you probably won't be there.
well, I might be. I might be this year. We're going to try to stay close. If you're coming, I'll stay home. I'll put it to you that.
Oh, I'll be there.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, we want to thank Santa Claus for being our very, very special guest here on the New Variety Art Show today.
I enjoyed being here.
Thank you, Santa, and good luck on your trip this year. I hope you have a safe flight. No UFOs or anything. Don't want anybody, up there in fighter planes giving you a little...
Well, at least my friend Jerry Foster's not in the air as much now as he used to be.
Sometimes that could be a problem. Well, we want you to stay tuned to the New Variety Arts. We're going to be back in just a moment with a very close friend of Santa Claus's. And parents, if you have very young children watching the program with you right now, we might advise you to have them go outside and play for a few minutes while we talk to Santa's friend. The rest of you stay tuned, and we'll be back in just a minute. Thanks, Santa.
I see.
Thanks for staying tuned, and welcome back to the New Variety Art Show. Now we'd like you to meet a very special guest, a very close personal friend of S. Claus. His name is Tony Mattingly. And Tony, we want to thank you for being here with us today.
Hello,
And
Brad.
Thanks for coming in. And I wanted to ask you how you first became a friend of Santa's, one of Santa's helpers.
Well, back many years ago, Santa was here. Oh, it was probably a couple months before Christmas, and he was walking through the malls, and I guess he was checking on his helpers in the malls or whatever. And I just ran across him and introduced myself to him, and I've been working with him ever since.
Well, how about that? So he must have immediately been struck by the resemblance.
Well, yes.
The beard and the real belly?
It helps a little.
I think so. Well, very good. How long have you been doing this now?
Since early 1970s.
Early 1970s, so quite a while. You must really love Christmas or love kids. Is that why you do
Oh,
this?
absolutely, absolutely. I used to feel bad at Christmas time because I really didn't have a chance to do some of the things I wanted to do. I used to go to the stores and watch the Santas, and back then the stores used to put Santas in because they wanted Santas there for their customers,
Yeah.
not just to take photos or whatever.
Right.
And I really enjoyed watching, and it's a lot of fun now knowing that I'm on the inside instead of on the outside looking through the window.
Do you think Christmas has become too commercialized in that sense, that it seems like nobody ever does anything except...
Yes and no, but in this day and age, in the 90s, Christmas would be tough without it being commercialized. Because there's so many more people, so many more stores, so many more things going on. Back before it became as commercialized, there weren't as many stores that had Santas and whatever. And it was easier. It was easier.
So there's more opportunities than
Exactly.
today for Santa's helpers
Exactly.
to be working. Now, I understand that you also work with a Mrs. Claus. Is that
Yes.
right? You have a Mrs. Claus and elves. Is that right?
Absolutely, real elves, of course.
Real elves.
Little people.
Very good. And I also your wife is part of a Christmas caroling group. Is that right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
She belongs to the Sweet Adelines, and she's in a chorus, and she has her own quartet. And her quartet goes around to different places throughout Christmas and does caroling and small shows and whatever. And
What is
I
the
take
name
her
of
with
their
me
group?
some. Melody Magic.
Melody Magic. Oh, very good. Now tell me, what do you do when you're not being one of Santa's helpers?
I make toys.
Oh.
I do. I make wood crafts, and a lot of the things I
okay.
make are toys.
Well, very good. I didn't know that about you. Well, do you have, I'm sure that being one of Santa's helpers, and probably every Santa's helper has a memorable story about some incident that happened at Christmas, whether it be with an adult or a child. Do you have a most memorable experience as Santa's helper?
Something funny to me or something funny to someone else?
Well, either one, I guess.
Well, I guess the most memorable one may have not actually been the best one, but it's worth telling.
Okay.
It was an adult-type party, meaning there were no kids there. And it was at a trailer park in a mobile home. And I went to the party and went in, and everybody says, "Santa Claus!" And I went in and sat down, and they immediately started jumping on my lap and taking pictures. And about 2 minutes into the show, into the party, there was a big knock on the door, and it was a policewoman. And I thought, oh my goodness, she was complaining about the loud music and noise. Well, there wasn't any loud music and noise. So then she pulls out this tape player, and she proceeds to do her act.
Oh, I see this coming.
One of those. So, anyway, I couldn't leave because I had a gentleman and a lady on my lap. Well, after she finishes, they say, "Well, that's great, but who hired you?" And she says, "Isn't this the Wilson party?" And he says, "No, they live next door." And I'm thinking, I'm supposed to be at the Wilson party too. So I had to get up and leave and run over next door. And guess what? A couple minutes later, a knock on the door. I had to watch that twice.
It was Tina the Bubble Lady. Oh my goodness. Well, what do kids want to know most when they sit on your lap as Santa's helper?
About me?
What do they want to know about Santa?
How old I am, where I come from, how's Mrs. Claus. They're always concerned about Mrs. Claus and the elves. Where is Rudolph and the other reindeer? Those are the type of things they want to know about me.
I want to know how old you are.
Oh my goodness, let's see, 100, 200, 3. Let's just say I'm older than dirt.
Well, now, I understand that you also train other Santa's helpers.
Yes.
Is that right? That's part of what you do? And
Right.
Is this taught privately in your home? Or?
No, for several years, well, we've held it at different places. The last few years, it's been held in the studios at one of the local TV stations here in the Valley.
Very good.
And we have, even our Santas that work for us every year, attend the school every year.
Kind of a refresher
Sure,
course.
well, I learn every year. I learn from them as well as they learn from me.
Well, I have a very special favor to ask. And this may sound a little impertinent, Tony, but you know, I've seen a lot of Santa's helpers, and they're not as authentic in resembling Santa as you are. Could I tug your beard? Would that be okay? Just gently.
Sure.
Just to show everybody. I just want to show everybody this is not cotton. This is. Oh, I like that. That's really.
I never did that before.
Well, we'll see if we can arrange it to happen every time.
Thank you.
So, what are the most important qualities about being a good Santa's helper?
It has to be in the heart. That's the number one thing. Having the beard on the face and having the belly, those are all good qualities that you need, but it has to be in the heart. And if it's in the heart and if it's in here, then I can bring it out of you. I can work with you and make you a good Santa.
Well, that's terrific. What's your favorite part of Christmas?
My favorite part?
Yes.
The cookies.
The cookies.
M&M peanut butter chocolate chip with sprinkles.
Well, that's how you keep the belly, huh?
But of course.
Oh, it's
Actually, my favorite part is the less fortunate kids. I do a lot of things with Down syndrome kids and unadoptable kids and things like that.
Very good. I thought you were going to say it would be the day after Christmas. You get to sleep in then?
No, we go to Vegas or someplace like that.
Oh, I see. And spread a little cheer up up there. Well, I think we're probably running out of time here on our holiday spectacular, and I want to say to all of the boys and girls out there that we enjoyed having Santa here. We enjoyed having Santa's friend Tony Mattingly here today.
Nice seeing you again.
And Tony, before I leave, I have a little special holiday magic. You do so much for so many other people. Could I do a little special something
I would
for
enjoy
you?
that.
Would that be okay? Bill, could I borrow the garland off your table here?
Why, sure,
I'm gonna
Brad.
stand up over here. There we go. Just a little holiday decoration.
That is very pretty garland.
Yeah.
Very pretty garland. And, you know, ladies and gentlemen, the spirit of Christmas and the spirit of the holidays, of course, no matter what your religious beliefs are, is peace on earth and goodwill toward men. And I think the most appropriate way to show that is, of course,
Wow.
My
love and
goodness.
peace. That's like that.
Very
There
good.
we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for tuning in the new Variety Art Show, and I hope we got that on camera. And we want to say, be sure to stay tuned in to your public access TV station, where you'll find the new Variety Art Show every week. And we'll see you next time on the new Variety Art Show. Thanks for tuning in, folks. There we go.